Testing, 1, 2, 3. Well, so here's some interaction system progress. So let's see. What is there for everyone else to use? There should be prefabs now of some of the interaction system stuff. There is a placeholder button for you to use, and I'll explain exactly how that works. So, um, it's built on something called the interactable here, and the player, when they press the interact button, uh, try runs this function called try interact, which um, raycasts from the camera to the center of the screen, and it looks for an interactable in front of you, and if there is one, it activates its interact action. And as you can see, the interact action does nothing because the interactable class is an abstract class that you will be making uh, stuff out of, I guess. So as an example, and this is something that you can use as well, I've made this button controller here, which is a child of the interactable class, inherits from that. So um, basically, since the interact action function is a virtual function, we can override it here. And for the button, there's some simple parameters here, like is it on cooldown? What's the cooldown on spamming the button? An animator, if it has one. And what it will do is it will have a Unity event appear called the button event. And when you interact action it, it will invoke that event. And it has a cooldown routine over here where it will start the cooldown whenever you press the button. Um, so as an example, this is the Unity event right here. You'll be able to grab the prefab from the prefabs folder down here and just drag it into the world wherever you want it. Of course, this model is nowhere near final. This is just some programmer art bullshit I made. But you'll be able to add things to your button event. So as an example, I will make an event in my game manager up here called um, public void test event screaming, and I'll say debug.log. Imagine the button doing something. I'll save that. And now the game manager has that function in it. So what I can do is go to the button, bring in the game manager, and set the function to test event screaming. And now when I press play and I press E on the button, yep, FYI, the interact key that I've binded for now is E. In the console down here at the bottom, it will say, imagine the button doing something right there. And it has a 2-second cooldown, so if I spam the button, you'll see that check mark on the right side go away when it's off cooldown. Um, so yeah, and if you need to change the way the buttons work or anything, it's very simple. There's just all it does, all the interactable system does is it looks for colliders or triggers that are on the interactable layer up here. And so how this works is that there's a box collider here that is a trigger um, that is on the interactable layer, and then it sees that, and as long as there's an interactable attached to the same object, it will run the interact action of that object. I hope this has been helpful. Oh yeah, I'll show some progress on the physics stuff as well. But I felt like getting the buttons functionality done is like #1 priority for all the other puzzles since like they all have buttons or something. So some more progress on this stuff. You can rotate this now. It's pretty nice. Um, yeah, I made a compromise and made it so that you can kind of just walk through the things you're holding with some exceptions. But yeah, a bit of a compromise, but whatever. And when you put it down, you kind of just get shoved out of it. Um, because there was some exploits you could do. I'm probably gonna keep working on trying to make this work a bit nicer, but it works for now. And I can show this as well. So you can aim this around and make it maybe go up and down. So right now I'm just moving my mouse up and down right now, and it's working fine. I can move it left and right, and it'll rotate left and right. But yeah, that's progress I've done so far today. Hope that was helpful. See ya.